Right, so I'm going to show you how to install Nextcloud with inside Docker and Portainer to create the Docker container. So you need to first of all click, have your server up and running so that you can SSH into it. For this I'm using a VM as just a demo server running Debian 10. So if you're on a Mac or a Linux computer, you can use just the SSH command. If you're on a Windows computer, you need the putty client. So on a Mac, so I'll just launch the terminal and make it a bit bigger, and then do SSH, my username, and then at the server address, and then my password. And as you can see, it's a virtual machine, Hyper-V UEFI computer. So it's not a real server, but it's just for demonstrating it. And the first thing you'll want to do is create your directory that you're going to store your files in. So you need to do cd to root, and then do sudo make the make directory, and then cloud. Put your password in, and then that'll do that. And then you need to make the web server own that. So just do sudo chown /r www.data and then /cloud, and then that's done that. Then you need to make sure that it's up to date, so do sudo apt update, and then you need to put in this command, which will install all the certificate and code stuff so that you can download Docker. I'll put all these commands for both Debian and Ubuntu below and on my website, so you can do that. So run that, hit yes. And then when that's done, run this command. They'll be in order down below again, so that's fine. It says OK. And then you need to do this command, which will add the repository that you can download Docker from. And then again you need to do sudo apt update so that you'll be able to install Docker. Then run this command, which will install Docker. Hit yes. Might take a while depending on the speed of your internet connection. I'm on Wi-Fi on this system, so it's not the best, but it's certainly fine. Okay, now you need to add your user so that Docker can use it, or you can access Docker through it, sorry. So do sudo user mod -a capital G Docker, and then $user, which is just a variable for your username, and then press enter, and then you need to reboot the system. So if you do sudo reboot, and I'll just show you that the system's actually rebooting. So give it a sec and your system will reboot. So the system's restarted. Do SSH again into the system. It might take a while for the SSH service to pick back up. There we go. Put your password in. Okay, and then if you do sudo docker run hello world, and then put your password in. Give it a sec. And it says hello from Docker, and it says that the installation is working correctly. Now you need to install Docker Compose, so that allows you to insert the Docker container or pull the images basically. So use this command, which I'll again put in the description, and I'll download it for you. And then this one, it's done that for me. And this one, and then if you do docker -compose 2 dashes and then version, and it gives you the version, that means it's installed correctly. And then you just need to install Portainer then, so do cd and then squiggly sign and then /, already in that folder, but it doesn't hurt to do it. And then do docker volume create Portainer data, and it comes up saying Portainer data, and then use this command that will install Portainer into your Docker as a Docker container. So press enter. It'll say it's unable to find it locally, but then it pulls it for you. Alright, at this point you can log out of your SSH and close the terminal window, and then open a web browser and go to the IP address of your server followed by port 9000. Okay, create an admin password, create the user, make sure you click on local here because it's on the same system as Docker. Just click connect and then click on local, click on containers, and then this hello world thing that we tested, you can remove that. So click on that, click on remove, tick this and then click on remove. Right, we now need to add MariaDB, which will allow you to create the databases for Nextcloud. So click on app templates, MariaDB, let's call it MariaDB. Password, I'll just put root pass and then deploy the container. Might take a little while, but just leave it to do its thing. Okay, when that's done you need to install Nextcloud, so do add container, call it Nextcloud. In here put next cloud followed by colon latest, and then here where it says publish a new network port, click on that. You want 80 to go to 80, and you want 443 to go to 443, and then scroll down to volumes, click map additional volume, do /cloud, click bind, and then /cloud again. That will give the container the cloud folder that we created for our files to go in, and then click on restart policy and change it to always, and then click on deploy the container. Again, this will take longer because it's got to pull the Nextcloud image from Docker Hub, but it shouldn't take too long. Okay, so as long as Nextcloud is running and so is MariaDB, you can now continue. So open a new tab and go to the same IP address again, but this time just the IP address with nothing following it, and you should get Nextcloud. So create an admin account, I'll just call it admin, and then I'll use admin pass as the password, and then click on storage and database, change this to /cloud again so that it knows which folder to go in, click on MariaDB, and then it's root, and then it's the password that you set up when you created the MariaDB container. So mine was root pass, like that. You can call this whatever you want, I'll call it cloud server. And then here you need to go to Portainer, click on MariaDB, scroll right down until it says gateway, and then put in 172.17.0.1. Yep, that's correct. And then the port number, let's go back up, containers, is here, 49153. So 49153. If you want to install the apps you can do, I'm going to say no just so it's quicker, and then click on finish setup. This will take about 2 or 3 minutes probably, but it shouldn't be too bad, and then if anything goes wrong it'll tell you at the top, but it should work. Okay, so when it's done you'll see this, and you'll get a Nextcloud Hub sort of introduction screen thing. Just close that, and then that's it done. Nextcloud's now installed, so you can log out of Portainer and just close that, and there you go. It's pretty easy. You can play videos. They put a few sample clips on so you can view that, and you can also look at PDFs and stuff. You can also, if you install an Office suite such as OnlyOffice or Collabora, you can look at Office documents and things, but this is an example of a PDF being shown perfectly fine. And you can also create users, install apps and look at settings as well. and just log out. To log in, it's just that account we created, so admin, and then admin pass, and then log in. And you'll be logged straight into the dashboard, where you can click on the options at the top to a certain place, so say photos, and then we can look at this picture of a gorilla. Okay. So that's how to install Nextcloud on Debian 10 in Docker using Portainer as the graphical user interface.